But while all three of us are talking, I guess, for lack of a better term, how about we consider a name for our brand new space station? We do have some AI suggestions, but yeah, you want to throw some ideas out there? We want to have AI do another role.
Uh,
I got a whole
just
list of them.
Virgin Towers.
Just Veg Towers.
Yeah.
What about what if we made it like veggie sticks?
I mean, honestly, probably shouldn't name it after me, but
Sure.
even though I was crucial in watching. If it wasn't for me, who would have watched you guys work? What do we got from AI?
I will ask. I will get a fresh list.
Okay. I bet you didn't know that my inventory is full. But I've grinded the whole ship, so.
Pop-up Sir says they'll be right back.
Okay. Actually, he just burped.
Took me a second.
Okay, so that ship's gone. I could build another one. What's this? Oh, that's neon light. Interesting. So let's do that. Ship
Yeah,
P.
okay. The one that it keeps coming back to that's pretty decent is Stellaris.
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 Hmm. Let me.
There you go. Threw it in your chat. The AI suggestion is Stellaris.
I put something in my chat too.
Pop-up Stellaris. Not bad.
What armor pattern is the?
Apparently my energy is critical.
It probably is. I won't know that because, yeah, I don't get those warnings anymore. But my inventory was full. Where do we get? There we are.
Mm-hmm.
Whee. Whee.
What do you think of the jump drive array on the ceiling?
I like it. I saw that when I came in. I thought it was good.
I wanted to do something that looked like it was kind of part of the aesthetic, you know?
Mm-hmm. They look like lights.
Yeah, they kind of, yeah, they look like they belong there somehow. But oh yeah, that's right. I guess I do have a vent in here pressurizing. Wait, how is that even possible? There's a huge hole over there. No, that's a visual glitch. Hold on. We're turning this vent off until we. Yeah, don't even try, buddy. There's a huge hole over here. How could you possibly? Are you just leaking? Jeez.
Yeah.
None of
So
these things are good.
not really, no.
I'm
So what?
I'm using a combination of actually jump drives and heat vents, and so if you stand here and watch it long enough, the heat vents kind of flicker like Christmas lights. It's kind of fun. Of course, when you do like a jump drive, they'll all light up.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, you were saying something?
I was asking about the armor platform.
Stark
So
white plastic.
come to me.
Um,
Come to me. You
Well, since
cannot
you-
resist.
since you asked so nicely, I guess.
Please.
Where are you?
I'm on one of the paths. Truck side.
Oh.
Do we like this? This is white carbon fiber.
Oh, just as a variation.
Yeah. And then you could be carbon fiber side or white plastic side.
Oh, see, I was thinking it would be something more like, just to do something really quick, where you'd be like, I'm not gonna do the thing. It would be something that would be, more, I was thinking like signage or something. So, like, say this was like the green side, it would be like something like this. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I was imagining when you described it. So when you're walking up, you can be like, okay, that's the green side or whatever. I don't know. Obviously, we don't have to stick to that, but I was thinking so it'd be like red, green, blue, yellow side or something like that, right? Each side would have like a distinct color. But you're thinking more like a texture, huh?
I was just thinking one side on the ground. Now, the colors can be for what section you're on. Yeah.
Don't forget what row we're parked in, kids.
Yeah, that's your row, but the parking lot, are you on the top or bottom? We could
Sure.
do the carbon fiber on one side and leave the other the way it is.
Plastic.
Or even just run this around the middle, maybe. You know, like 3 blocks or so. Well, that would be no. I don't.
Yeah,
need
I
that.
was
I don't
gonna-
want to do
maybe-
circles anymore. I don't want.
Yeah, the thing is yeah, if you try to like do it up to the edge, it's gonna wrap around the edge, and then yeah.
Well,
and
it
then
doesn't
if you try
have to be on the edge blocks. Like we
So-
could just stop it right. Like
What if it's that the landing pads have a distinct color and style, depending on where you are? Like this is the blue landing pads, or to stick to the theme, say like this is the green landing pad side, right? If you're on this side, everything is green or something. I don't know.
I mean, we can do that. So you're saying you don't like this? Is what that was my question.
Well, I don't like how that's going to come up to this edge and then be like this,
Well,
block edge.
It doesn't have to go on the edge blocks.
That's what I'm saying. Is if you don't, then what you're gonna end up with is essentially this.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like.
That's fine. Quick color in the block screen.
Well, I just did that for the sake of example, and we don't have to do like this neon thing here. But what I was thinking is like each side would have a distinct personality, like so that there was a way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like this. And this neon thing doesn't either. But I guess that's what I had in my head when you said like use a color. And I think that there's room to do different textures, but it should be on the landing pads themselves, which is kind of what I did here. Oh, texture got changed. And I mean, we need like these are just kind of like small landing pads. We still need like big landing pads as well.
Well, you're just gonna put them in where you want them.
As you need them? Is
Yeah.
that what you're thinking? Okay.
I mean, if we put them in now, let's face it, it's gonna force us to build where they're at instead of let's build something and figure out where we want to park it.
Sure.
You
I
know,
gotcha.
it would be great if you could just put connectors through everything and walk over them if they had walkable connectors, and then you could just, you know. But they don't have.
There
that,
is a
so.
mod for that. There's a mod where you walk. There's a massive 5x5 connector that you can walk through. You know, I haven't ran a save in a while.
So, yeah.
The other thing, what I was doing on the other side, on one of these landing pads, I did a thing where there's some lights and, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of freedom. Landing pads can be, there's a lot, I mean, we don't even have to have a uniform design on any particular side. They can all be different.
Yeah, I just know that it would be cool to know what side you were going on when you went and got energy.
Sure.
You know, how do you know which side to go back to? Because I don't have that at this point.
Okay, so what if
But
then on the
if you do the
inside of
colors, that's
tube,
fine.
we do some signage, because you don't want to have to walk clear to the end of the hallway to know what's at the end of the hallway. You kind of want to know at the hallway. Right now I have an arrow above the door, but it could very easily just have text instead of an arrow.
Well, the arrow is fine. It's not inside the ship that I have a problem. When I come out of the ship, it's basically right here.
You don't know
So
which
instead
side you
of
want to
this
go on.
arrow here going into the door, it'd be cool if one was going left and one was going right, and we put like T or B. And then if we did that on all of them, then, you know, and top's going to be where you have the top barbell that you haven't built yet. No judgment.
Can we make some progress on that? I'd love to.
We could. I gotta get some materials because I don't have any at the moment. What was that?
That I don't know.
I don't think I like that. But we need those, and we need some of these. Okay, and then we need as many of those as we can get. Probably don't need that many of those. Okay.
What just happened? There. I don't actually know which side is the top and bottom, but I'm just writing top and bottom. So
Well,
if it's wrong, we'll have to reverse it.
I am on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know where you're at.
Moshi is the bottom.
Yeah, I still don't. I'm like face first in a screen, so I don't know.
Okay, the
So that's actually-
walkways that
they
you
are
walk
backwards.
in is the looking up, and the walkway is up.
I got it. Don't sweat it. I got it.
And up is the side with the hole. Up is the side I'm on now.
I'm not gonna. I want to add that quote so bad to your chat, but I'm not gonna do it.
Which one?
Up is the side with the hole.
Up is I just figured I'd just keep saying it because I knew there was nothing you can do about it.
Why can't I get into the space
What?
station? What's wrong?
I don't
Cannot
know.
establish a connection to the grid. Why not?
Because you don't have an antenna.
There's 4.
It probably blew up.
There's 4.
Probably blew up. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Why are you yelling at me?
How dare you?
He wasn't yelling at me, chat. I was just trying to be funny. Somebody's in a cryo. Somebody's having a cryo.
Someone's having a cryo.
Let's see if I get that quote. Well, actually, it's your quote. I'm going to do it in your... because I don't think I have that one. Quote. 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 Bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing.
We got the pings again, huh?
Yep. I'm going to try mine.
There's a list of all available commands. If you're lurking and you want to run a command, there's all the ones you can do. Those are all my public commands. In fact, crashes is a good one. We haven't had a crash in a while. We've only crashed twice, and we're on episode, what, 15? Yeah, we're doing great.
I've crashed, but
Mm-hmm.
that's just me. Okay, so you wanted to make progress up here. You have all those connectors. Are they connected?
Yeah.
These conveyors?
Yeah.
All 4? I don't
No.
think they are.
None of them are connected, except for the bottom one.
Yeah, the bottom one is. So we can worry about that some other time. So what were you thinking? Because you had a design here.
Yeah, I thought about doing a bit of like a flared piece here, and as I started building it, I was like, you know what? No, this is maybe enough. If we just do that, and then have the next segment just right after this little segment, then I kind of like the way that sounds.
Okay, what do you think it looks like?
Well, do we want to put the CIC at this side? It's probably the more important thing to build right now, because we're just kind of waiting on it.
I mean, honestly, I would probably think that we don't need a separate CIC from landing. We probably don't need barbell. We need spike. So this would be the broad end, and then the other end would be a spike. And what I'm thinking we could shove in there is a bunch of jump drives.
Okay, so kind of like we were talking about the other day, the Space Needle, right? In Seattle.
Yeah.
So what you're thinking is like kind of a flared base, probably, and then it tapers out to a spike.
I don't know what flared base looks like.
Imagine a triangle.
I was kind of thinking that what you would do is on this side down here, right, is you would kind of pick a spot you wanted to and just keep it going, but every little bit you move in until you get to a single spot. And it would be probably about where I'm at now.
Are you on the opposite side?
Yeah, I'm on the opposite. This is the spike part.
I'm not following. I thought you were wanting it on this side.
That is the CIC living area. So that's going to be different. I just wanted to talk about this.
So I thought we were going to do the living area on one end and the CIC on the other. Are those going on the same side now?
We were, but that's not Space Needle. That's Dumbbell.
Okay.
Do you want Dumbbell instead, or do you want Space Needle?
I just trying to work it out. I'm losing track of your vision, so continue explaining.
Well, my vision is done. We're not doing my vision. We're doing whatever we decide we want to do. If we want the living on one side and the CIC on the other, then you're talking Dumbbell. If you want the living and CIC in a massive thing up there, then you're thinking Space Needle.
Is that what you want, or are you thinking that's what I want? Because I'm confused.
I said
What?
either one was fine. I didn't care. And then we were talking about Space Needle, so that's kind of what was
Yeah,
in my
because
head.
I don't really care either way. So just to be clear, I'm not steering this in any particular direction. I don't have a horse in that race yet. But I know that I made a big passageway that can connect this part in the one side to the next segment, whatever shape that may be. I just don't know what shape you were thinking and what you were wanting the layout. So,
Well,
um,
I need to
and that's fine.
know
So
what.
continue to explain so I can absorb that because I think that now that we've got this far, I think we're all kind of like shifting our plans a little, you know.
Yeah, we are, and that's where I get frustrated because you know I talk about Space Needle and then you bring up barbell, so it's like okay, let's do barbell, and then you shift to Space Needle.
Oh, well, the
I
only
just
reason
need to
I'm
know
talking
which
about
one
it.
you want. You know,
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. So there's the confusion right there.
yeah,
The confusion is you think that when I'm talking about either, I'm saying let's go that direction, and all I'm doing is having a discussion. I'm brainstorming. So
yeah,
I want to be
okay.
really clear in that I haven't made up my mind on any of that stuff. I'm literally just wanting to brainstorm with you about that.
But I can't really build till we pick which design we want
Yeah, that's
because
exactly
they
what I
are
would like to get
totally
at.
different.
So we have agreed that what we need to do is discuss about the engineering about what we would like to do at this state, and that's exactly what I'm here for. So lay it on me, my dude. I want to hear what you're thinking right now.
My thought is that there's always really never going to be more than 3 people on this station.
Probably not.
Okay,
No, unless we
and to
install the
get
NPC
from
mod.
CIC to the living quarters is that's going to be a very decent walk,
Oh yes, yes.
right? And I don't know if it's worth the effort because the CIC is going to be large. I mean, it's going
Oh
to
yeah.
overhang probably the landing zone
Yeah, as I see, maybe to some
a
degree, and
little
if
bit
that
at least.
because it should have like our server room with all our programming blocks. It should have our command area with all
Hmm.
of our readouts, all of our info. It should probably have our medical and cryo areas. So if we respawn, we're right there in the command area, you know, all that stuff.
Hmm.
So there's need for it to be very big.
Right.
But what you're saying is if we did a CSE on one end and living areas on the other end, then it's like, okay, well, I'm off the job. Let me go run a mile to get back to my bed, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And
That
so are you thinking maybe we put those closer together, like maybe in a combined space somehow?
I'm thinking that the CIC and the living area all be in this the top part of the space station in a large mushroom head.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then the other will go to a point and it'll be filled with jump drives as well as have some armaments down there, and on top of the mushroom there'll be some armaments up there.
Okay,
We'll
so
also
maybe
have
like
armaments around the outside of the circle.
so the it'll be like a big long spearhead,
Hmm.
and in that spearhead essentially is like our instrument array. That's where we've got our jump drives, and maybe we can stuff some batteries in there,
Hmm.
and maybe we could stuff a few extra boosters or thrusters in there,
Hmm.
something like that. And then even we could slap a few satellite dishes to it to complete the look.
Hmm. Yep.
I love it.
So,
Actually,
but
that
I
sounds really good.
now that spearhead means that the bottom that spearhead should be longer than the distance from the landing pad to the top of the mushroom, just so it looks
Yeah.
right.
So proportionately, the mushroom head should be so big, and the spear or the instrument array, whatever you want to call it, on the other side needs to be longer.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
By
be
proportion.
a lot longer, but it really, so it will look correct. It really needs to
Hmm.
be just a little bit. You shouldn't look at it and say, "Yep, that's a little bit longer than
Okay.
the other side."
So, with the mushroom head,
Hmm.
would you want to make it like eight-sided instead of round? You know what I mean? Just so it will have a little bit easier time building it, and it
Yeah,
will differentiate it.
I don't think we want to try round again, ever.
Yeah, I know.
ever, unless it's a very small round.
Well, I mean, I can do it. You know,
You
between
can.
Cropper, myself, and you. Like, look what we've done.
Well, I don't think you need to put me in there because I did not do much of that.
I mean, look at this thing. This thing is gorgeous.
Oh, it is. I love the way it looks. But I think what we can do is put, let's say, a 26, a 45, and a 26, and then go straight out from there. Do the
Okay.
8-sided from there, something along
So-
those lines. Now, it can be
A slight
multiples
flare.
or something, but yeah, it should go from the point that you built there, flare out, and then go flat. And that flat area
Then
honestly
stretch it
needs to be viewable down because I don't want to miss that view. At least,
out. You want to be able to look down at the landing pads.
yeah, it doesn't have to be all glass, but I want that to be part of it.
Okay.
You know,
So, yeah, I've got the vision, I think, and I built out some extensions just to those connectors so we can build blocks off of those.
Mhm.
You know, it kind of give us a building surface to build on. So yeah, I'd say let's try exactly that flare on all sides.
So let's see.
Like what'd you say, like a 45 and then the two of the 23s?
Well, I thought a 26. So we start the flare out, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Isn't that a 26?
The 23 would be half of 45, I guess. 22
Okay,
and a half.
23, whatever it is, and then you would move into the 45,
Okay.
and then you would go to another 23 that is flopped.
other direction.
So it's going. So and it could be like 2 or 3 to go out, and then 45, 2 or 3 if we want less flare. But I'm not exactly sure
Yeah. So
how we build those, but.
So if we go like, so start with the very first one, the tip. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. And I can't figure out how to turn those, but
And then do that one, and then we'll have to put a block on it just so we can mount the 45 after that. But I think that's the pattern you were saying. 23, 23, 45, and then 23, 23 the other way. Should be
well,
like
then you
that.
have your 45, which is let me get a block on there. Yeah. So that one goes there, and you're probably already doing it, but
Yep,
this is
and then
me
you put-
helping.
Yes, exactly. You got it. Then these guys go around. Then one more solid block on top of that so you can mount the next one. Yep. These guys. And then you did a 45 instead of a 23. Which
Okay.
we can
Well,
do.
I was. Why can't I
Get to
place one there? Am I out of something? No, unable to place. Oh, it's the wrong one. So
It's
that one, and then we do the.
Okay, so you want 245.
Well, I wanted to see what it looked like,
Sure.
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't undo what you did so far because I may not like it.
Oh, I can do it so fast.
Okay.
That's fine.
So put the other ones on because you're fast driving.
Okay, so you want to see what one looks like?
Well, on this one here, put the what you did only on that block.
So fast.
So, do we like that, or do we like the shorter one? I think I like your shorter one.
It's so tough
what do you
to
think?
tell because the scale's going to be bigger, and I know it's going to be bigger, but it's still hard to like imagine it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this
Like, just
one
looking at
looks. Yours looks probably more. Yeah, this one just a little too chunky. I think I like the shorter one better. So the single 45. What do you think? Where's Pop Up Sir?
He said he'd be right back.
Yeah, that's old. That was like ages ago. He would know. What which do you like better?